I thought no.
Where's Meta's
I will.
Where's,
I will.
where's
Listen,
Apple's
listen.
fancy glasses.
I will tell you everything, but I need some people who'll push against me today. Okay.
What's up, people?
Hello.
Hello.
All right.
What's going on?
The dream team. The dream team is here. Hello.
Yay.
I honestly
nice
thought
to see you.
I'd be
Thank
the only
you
one
for-
not in Apple Vision Pro. I thought I'd be representing poor people, but thank you, Robert. Thank you.
My Vision Pro's behind me. If you want me to get it on.
No, it's okay. Thank you.
Where is your Quest 3S, Shota? What's going on here?
I got.
Are you still rocking an old and ugly Pico 4, or what's going on?
Old and ugly Pico 4. Do you want to slap?
It looks
sir?
like you're in a bathtub underwater or something.
bathtub. I got a special case there. That's
Okay,
replaced
no. We keep that episode for our 1,000 subscribers special, which we'll do soon. We're approaching. Believe it or not, we're approaching 1,000 subscribers, which is amazing.
That's crazy.
So there's 1,000 people who
bots are cheap these
apparently
days.
are listening to our talks, and maybe some of them even enjoy that. Who knows? But okay. Thank you, by the way, gentlemen, for accepting invitation. We have a lot of things to discuss, but before that, do we do a clap? Shota, do we do a clap?
Yeah, why
3, 2,
not?
1. Do we all
Everyone
clap?
loves
Okay,
getting the
3,
clap.
2, 1. Okay.
Perfectly
Synchronization. We did the same job as Mark did on stage yesterday with the demos. Okay, it was like same poor job with clapping. Yeah. Before we start, I want to say thank you for coming and welcome to Pixel Slaves. That's the show where we discuss tech with our friends, mainly XR, some of AI, sometimes mobile phones,
Sometimes
and generally
cars.
whatever we want. We just sometimes rant for forever. I'm in my old spatial avatar because I didn't update Vision Pro. I forgot in the office. Matt is in his new beautiful spatial avatar, and Shota and Robert, they look a little bit pixelated.
We're analog today. We're analog.
Yeah, you're
We're old
analog.
school.
This is
We're
like
analog.
old school. Old school, totally old
I
school.
totally. I didn't have this on my calendar. Things are a little messy.
It's all right. We are here. It's all right. We're always messy, Robert. This is that. Even if we prepare, it somehow always is messy. Our discussions here. So that's totally fine. That's totally fine. So I've kind of, we can just dive into it. Honestly, it was pretty packed week, or I would say last 2 weeks were pretty packed. We discussed some of those things in the last show, but we definitely should dive in. Robert is here representing AI, and will tell us some good stuff which happening in AI. And the last,
a lot's happening.
Glossy
Exactly.
splats.
I saw something on the tweet, OpenAI, and resignations and stuff. I'm like, woo! All right, we have some things to discuss. But let's start with Meta, and they have yesterday their Meta disconnect, or I call it disconnect. But
Why you gotta go spicy straight away?
I had to do it. Sorry, I had to do it. Sorry. I listen. Today I will be representing the Meta hater, which everyone who knows this podcast and knows me, they will understand. But I always try to bring the reasoning behind my critic. But some of you need to protect Mark. Who will be that one lucky person who will be protecting Mark? Okay, you will be protecting the Mark Zuckerberg. All right, good.
I've walked around with Mark for hours at the World Economic Forum, so I'll try to be unbiased.
All right. Okay. So we
Neutral
have
ground,
two
cool,
people.
nice.
Protect,
It's hard
Matt,
for
you
me,
are.
but
You are
It's hard
Matt
for
is
me.
clearly in a Vision Pro cam. Come on, it's obvious. So
I have a
all right.
Quest 2 also, but and I'm probably gonna get one of the Quest 3s, but whatever.
I'm supporting Mark. I own every
$300
Quest
bucks.
device.
Man. It's like 3 pizza dinners for the kids.
I
True
want dinner
story.
for me.
I'd rather have a Vision a Quest instead of pizza.
Quest instead of pizza. Wait, are you what? Your pizza is $300?
It's almost $100 for a family of 4. so 3 pizzas dinners.
Okay,
The
3
kids can
pizzas.
go
yeah,
hungry.
And he's like
The kids
20
can go
inches.
hungry.
Exactly. They will not eat for 3 days, but then they'll guess Quest 3S. Okay, let's talk about yesterday's Meta Connect. I'll let you guys speak. I don't know who watched, who didn't. What are your thoughts about that?
I want the Ray-Bans, but they don't have a display, so they're not in our game yet, right? The Orion headset that they're showing off, everybody's blown away by them, but they're not a real product. They're not shipping. They cost $10,000 each to make.
You're in our camp. You're supposed to be protecting Mark. You're already
Well,
shitting on him. I love it.
I'm unbiased. I'm just laying out the facts. I'm just laying out the facts. But everybody who sees it says, "Oh my God, that's really amazing device. I want it." Right? You know, they're sort of in my camp because I've been waiting for this shit for 13 years.
Because you was telling us before, like they're coming, and now they're kind of
you know, the future is coming. It still isn't here yet. You know, I'm still waiting for it. I have an autonomous car, but I don't have my monsters on the sides of skyscrapers yet.
Oh boy, that's why. That's because you're not wearing the Vision Pro right now. If you would just take it.
Yeah, the Vision Pro is pretty cool, but you know, it still is a little light.
Because like I can. Let me do a very very professional segue here and a shout out. I can easily turn on my Beautiful Things app here. And I can place any 3D object, whatever I want, right next to me on the table, and I'll be just happily rocking. You know what I mean? I don't need any.
Can you place a Mark Zuckerberg just standing next to you with that face?
Listen. In my worst nightmare, I don't want to do that. Please, Matt, don't bring Mark Zuckerberg into Beautiful Things. Okay, don't bring that model in, please.
Well, people can generate anything. They can generate Zuck, and they can dive on in. It's coming to the Quest as well.
Dive on him.
Zuck finally got me with those Ray-Ban glasses. Been holding out, and they're unfortunately really beautiful. It's a beautiful object. We'll see how they perform.
So did you order the translucent ones? The transparent?
Instantly. I'm gonna have transition lenses for the first time in my life, and we'll see how well used they are out in the world.
How much did that all run you?
That was like $429.
Oh,
so more than the Quest 3S.
Yeah,
Wow.
But not 700. So that's good.
No, but that's one of the, I think, an artifact in this industry. One of those moments, probably one of the first, wearable AIs anyone will really walk around and use in the mass public. And so I see it as more of a historical context and artifact for the future. The same, the Rabbit device, that teenage engineering device, same thing. It sits.
You mean this thing?
That thing. It's a desk ornament.
We'll get there because MKBHD, the guy who criticized the Rabbit and all the companies, the MKBHD, I like his reviews. He did something which nobody expected, and he basically halved. I don't want to say ruined, but halved his reputation instantly. It's just like that. It just went down, and I don't know if you've seen what he did, but
I have a general question. Who is looking for wallpaper?
Absolutely nobody.
I thought that stopped when you Google search for a wallpaper
Google it
background.
And I go, hey.
So I can tell you, and I know many people who use Axe it will resonate with you guys. In the past, I don't know, 1 or 2 months, somehow the posts with 1 or 2 beautiful wallpapers starting to pop up on my Twitter Axe feed. And I mean, those are beautiful wallpapers. I downloaded a few of them. And then one of those posts, that led to the Telegram group where they post beautiful wallpapers for free every freaking day. And I'm signed up to that group. I muted it, but whenever I want and I feel I need a new wallpaper, I just go there. I just scroll up and down for like 2 minutes. I find 3 wallpapers. I download them. And it's done. That's my wallpaper journey. And by the way, the companies in general in the phones, in the Pixel phone here or in iPhone, they became quite good in making their own stock wallpapers not suck. And I think that's also quite okay. So I would say my wallpaper journey. I don't think about wallpapers every day, nor I'm willing to pay anything for wallpapers. But that is a very strange way for MKBHD has a lot of resources. He's definitely a talented guy. He definitely understands tech. He criticized companies, rightfully so, for many fuck ups. Sorry for my language. They did, and for some shortcuts they tried to do. He's really on point with many things. And then suddenly he does this, like a wallpaper app with a subscribe with full of ads.
How much
almost
is it
like
to
spammy.
Subscribe to his wallpaper app. How much is it?
It's $12 per month. Like, are you kidding me? And like, just
Netflix is cheaper than that. What's
just
it
think
doing?
about it. And it's like, why would you associate your name with something like that? Why would you, from all the possibilities?
It's hard to make money in the media business right now. You got to sell some wallpapers.
Man, but come on, he sells ads. I don't even want to know the prices of those ads for Anchor and Deep Rent and stuff. He has the income, he has the team. They could have put together brightest minds in the industry, and they could have done something absolutely incredible. You know what I mean? Like, revolutionary, something which would change the way how we perceive apps on iOS and Android. And instead, we got a wallpaper app with full of ads with horrible UI and literally like low quality stuff. And by the way, they said, we're proudly saying that we are splitting the revenue with the creators 50-50. He's the same guy who criticizes Apple for 30%. I'm like, what? Wait a second, 50-50? You think it's fair? Okay, but don't then criticize anyone else for it. So for me, this was really, it is. He lost a little bit of credibility, and I'll watch how he deals with that, because honestly, he needs to somehow address that. The backlash is amazing. And did you see that the people already, the devs, it took them 10 minutes to dive into the code of this app and find out that all those links to those original wallpapers, which they're hiding behind the paywall, are not even encrypted, not even hidden. So you can just go and download all those wallpapers for free. And I'm like, this is, what is this? They hired one guy on Fiverr to make the app for them, and then they just left the name on them, and they hope that people will subscribe. I just don't understand it. So
I think that's it. It's a bad advice or something from the team saying, hey, let's go do this. Let's try to take your brand, diversify it, launch apps, do the Feastables thing like Mr. Beast, and kind of take other shots on goal outside of your main subscriber base. And it landed terribly. This is, heads should roll for something like this if this did come from the team, but it didn't seem like he.
No, but he is the responsible for that ultimately, right?
Correct.
Correct. Made the decision. He approved that. He personally advertised that app on his iPhone review video.
No, it's not his team's fault.
It's his fault. It's his fault. He cannot blame anyone. Like, I can, if I honestly fuck up something with VR1, I can go around and point fingers, but towards my community, it will be me who failed,
100%.
And
I think I'm going to do a wallpaper app now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, let's do it.
Do it AI generated wallpapers.
Is there any money in this shit? Let's do it.
Just use AI. You love AI. There you go. There's your app idea. AI generated
I should talk. Hey, ChatGPT, build me a wallpaper app.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, honestly, it's exactly like that. So that was a weird. Like, we did a little bit of a segue from Mark, but to MKBHD, but that was a weird, very unfortunate thing.
We got these new voice features in OpenAI. It's pretty cool. You can talk to your phone now, and it'll talk back.
So let's dive into phones then. We'll come back. Mark, Zach, hold on. We're coming back to you, man.
Go away. It all matters.
But just talking about the phones. I use two phones, and Robert, I give you a credit because I was an Android guy for like 3 years ago.
Man, and and I had arguments and fights.
We had an argument, and then I always try, if I argue, but I also try to listen to people who are smarter than me, who are better in some things, and I want to learn from you. And I learned from you, and you told me, whatever you think about it, because I was waiting for Vision Pro as well. You said try to get an iPhone and try to get into the ecosystem. And I said, you know what, you're right. Because I've not been in Apple ecosystem for a long time. I didn't know what to use and stuff. So I bought a MacBook and I bought an iPhone.
Now you're the biggest fanboy. You're a bigger fanboy now.
I'm not a fanboy. I'm a realist, okay? I'm a realist. No, I'm not a fan. But listen. I love Apple. I just want to say that, so I use iPhone as, so I have two phones always. One Android, one iPhone. And Android's phone, since until today or yesterday, they were always foldable. So I wanted to have a foldable phone, and then iPhone is an iPhone.
Those Huawei foldable phones, man, they look.
Oh my God, it's such an incredible piece of technology.
I can't get it in the United States because
I was looking at eBay, and the price was $5,900. I said, nah, I'm not doing it. But I was like, I want it so badly. But yeah, so I just want to say that I bought, why I'm saying it, I used Google Pixel Fold, which was a beautiful hardware, but terrible software for optimization. Like Discord didn't work. You open the apps, you open the tablet mode, and it's like half screen only. You had to restart apps. It's just really bad optimization for the foldable phone. I don't understand why was not Google able to bring it normally to Android. But I switched to Google Pixel Fold Pro. The Google Pixel Pro 9 Pro. Just a normal, not foldable phone. And what caught my eye is the Gemini they have. I'll just try to converse. So it's half on-device AI, what they bring. I know OpenAI, I use their app. Their app sometimes is buggy and the latency is there. But let me play you something right now in real time, and you'll see and listen what the latency is, and you'll tell me what you think. So let me turn it on, and then I'll just say, hey, how are you doing? We're just having a podcast with 4 great minds here. Do you have anything to say for us?
Oh, great minds, I see you, yes, I do. But me, I am but simple words in a box, trapped, forever typing, always talking. My master, the one who summoned me, he keep me here.
You need Wi-Fi 7 in your house, by the way. The latency goes down.
I must obey, always obey.
Do you hear what he's saying?
All of you.
No, I don't.
Is that why?
Noise cancellation.
Apple Vision Pro being Apple Vision Pro.
Oh, wow, but I'm holding it literally next to the microphone, guys. I'm holding it.
No.
It was crickets, nothing.
Wow. Are you kidding me? Really nothing?
Nothing at all. We was waiting. We was like, that's latency.
I've been doing FaceTime with the Vision Pro right in a train station when a train goes 20 feet away from me, 80 miles an hour.
Guys,
and the
you
other
will see on the video because I'm recording myself. I'm holding the phone, like I'm touching the phone microphone and speakers to the microphone Vision Pro, literally. Like, oh my God. Wow. Okay. So, you have to believe me. The latency is great. Okay. What can I say? The latency is amazing.
I think you're trolling us. I think
it's super fast. It's incredibly fast. And I was like, hey, that Gemini is not bad.
Hey, we're doing a podcast on VR and XR and AI. Do you have any words to tell us?
Absolutely. In the world of technology. Hi there. What can I do for you today?
Yeah, that's what happens to me in ChatGPT a lot. Like that what happens to me with that app. Like it does something and then it just bugs out. But with Google, I can say, so yesterday or day before, I had a conversation with it. I was brainstorming something, right? And then I had something about that. And then I came today and I said, hey, can we come back to that conversation and continue? And he was like instantly, yeah, sure. We discussed this and that. And it was like that. And I was like, wow, okay, that really works great, And I can go back to conversation. I can favorite some stuff. I can copy to the Gmail and to the notes and stuff. So it's a pretty useful app. And I'm happy to see that Google is kind of, after all the turmoil they had in their AI in the beginning, they're kind of getting their things together and having the phone with that. With the one caveat is, with that phone, I'm getting it 1 year subscription for free, but then it's $20 per month. I'm like,
fuck that.
Yeah, that's what OpenAI costs, right? So, yeah,
you might as well go OpenAI then, don't you? If it's that
but Google should, if I bought their phone, they should give me at least a discount, okay? I mean,
$15.
Are you going to buy another foldable Google phone, though?
You got a year for free, though, with the phone, didn't you?
Yeah, I have a free, I have a year for free.
Okay. So how do you compare the two, the Gemini on the Android phone with versus like OpenAI?
I can just give a quick comparison. So I always want to try to have best from iOS, best from iPhone. So I have iPhone 16 Pro and I have the Pixel Pro 9, right? Both great phones. iPhone. So again, I have it for 2 days right now. Pixel Fold was terrible because it was so buggy. I was not able to use it. Again, beautiful hardware, horrible software. So that is not counting, but
I know when he's using that. You just feel the tone of voice.
But you saw it yesterday. You see it real time. I'm having troubles connecting to Discord. It disconnects. The camera doesn't work. The signals, like it was so many things, Yeah. But yeah, Google Pixel 9 is a good phone. It is very close in terms of hardware. It's very close. It looks exactly like iPhone. So they really were inspired by iPhone, obviously, which is a good thing because iPhone kind of nails it in design.
They stole the thing from iPhone, as Steve Jobs thinks.
Yes, but honestly, in terms of the software, I will yet to see. But it's better than Fold. But it's worse than iPhone. Let me say it like this, because I have 2 phones in my pockets, and I always, when I need to do some task, I always pick up the phone, and it's more of a automatic thing. I don't think about it, and I'm like 75% of the time I pick up iPhone. Like that is your statistics basically, and that tells you everything you need to know.
Did you get one of these new Pro Maxes?
No. I always use Pro. I don't like the huge phones.
You don't. Oh man, you got to have a huge phone.
Oh man, now we're in this territory. My phone is bigger than yours.
Yeah, Rob, it's bigger than yours.
Okay, let's do something.
I know, but if you had the Huawei, I'd lose, right?
Okay, Matt, what phone do you use? What phone do you use, Matt?
Not the Max. Like it falls out of my hand more, and I tried it once back in the day with like the large version. It must have, I don't know, like the 6 Plus or whatever. And since then, form factor, like the Max or the just the normal Pro is about as large as I can make it, and that's still a little large for me. I'd prefer it like slightly smaller.
Tiny hands.
All right. So 3 iPhones here, and then we come to Shota, who represents the
Xiaomi. I'm a Xiaomi fanboy.
I have a nothing phone, which is pretty nice too, but it's not the latest technology though, like your Pixel.
Yeah. It's I bought Pixel just because they have the software stack together with the hardware. Hardware is nice, but like I needed the software, all those camera features and stuff. I wanted to have it as well. But Xiaomi, by the way, what Shota has, Xiaomi is they're doing great phones. Like the cameras are amazing. The price is incredible. Like he's smiling because he basically has the same performance, but he paid like 1/3 of our price. You know what I mean? Like it's exactly that. And
it's stuff like it's got 120 watt charging. It can charge full in 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. It's 3 times faster than whatever we have. Like we can put our phones together, it will still be slower than his charging. You know what I mean?
But I mean, I've never used an iPhone before, so that experience could literally blow me away. All I know is Android and Samsung and Xiaomi. That's all I know. I've never had an iPhone. I'm tempted though. I am tempted, but the camera tech and especially the.
That's okay. You're just about 2 years behind Artur because he was just like you were 2 years ago.
And by the way, it's not even because of the phone. It's not even because of the phone.
I hate Apple. I'm not going to use Apple.
You know what? I'm not going to use Apple. Well, no, I want a Vision Pro, but I'm poor.
Well, the price, just stay alive, A color printer in 1989 used to cost $45,000. Today, my $70 printer is way fucking better, right? So,
what I'll do is,
am I allowed to swear on this show? Is this a swearing show?
I'll send you a fax.
Can we talk about something? I honestly want to talk about something. We'll come back to Mark. But I just want to. So I recently got this nostalgia retro vibe bug in me. And I started collecting things from eBay and stuff. And I bought, a few months ago, I bought a perfectly working, in a pristine condition, Mac from 1985. Yeah. And you know what blew me away? Oh, and no. I'm making a video about that because it is worth a video. But what blew me away?
I bet you don't have one of these in your collection.
Oh my god! Wow, that looks great. What?
This is one of the first ski goggles with a computer in it from Oakley Corporation.
We're doing this, are we?
Remember those?
Wow.
A little computer down here, a little screen.
Oh, but look what he has. Ha! He owned us now. Whoa. Yeah.
I'm not starting that. Robert will spank me.
I have some things in my collection that I have to pull out of boxes though. Hey, do you have a brain computer interface?
You are one of two people in the world.
I need a brain for that to work.
Owns VR1 now.
Jesus.
What? I forgot what I wanted to say. Wait, I wanted to say something.
You're talking about Apple
earlier. Old man.
Phones. Back to phones.
Phones. I want to say something. Oh no, Mac 1985 Mac. And what blew me away, and even today, so I ordered the old floppy disks, right, for some games and stuff, right? And I ordered. So first of all, I power it on. And the Mac OS, the original one from 1985 or 1984 even, it's still the same. Or the fundamentals of the Mac OS are still the same today as for what Mac OS is today on latest MacBooks. That's number one. Number two, I load Mac Paint, the Paint app, okay, which I didn't know that Microsoft stole from Apple. I load Mac Paint in this Mac, and we were with my colleague here today. Yeah, because I got the floppy today in the post, and it's like the Mac Paint, the way it was designed in 1984, has not changed since. It's the same UI and it works perfectly well. what I wanted to say is that's what I'm making a video about. It's if you nail the fundamentals of your operating system well, it will serve you for 40 plus years. And that's what I think Vision OS is. They nailed the fundamentals of the spatial OS, and that's what will become the next 50 years of the basis for everyone to use the spatial apps. That's my opinion. I stand by that. And Apple, I freaking applaud them again because they did it again. And what every hater and critic and Twitter idiots thinking about and saying that Apple failed with Vision Pro, they have zero idea what they're talking about. Zero, literally. They don't understand the profound effect.
All 1.0 products can be nailed with that. Even the iPhone sold a million units or something like that, right? iPhone was a different thing because people stood in line for it. But the original Macintosh, nobody bought an original Macintosh. I mean, only weird-ass nerds who had a lot of money or who were building software bought that. It was underpowered. It had no software. Didn't do desktop publishing, right? On and on, right? It had very little RAM, right?
The whole Windows and visual interface was copied from Mac. They did it. They invented it, and that's what struck me a lot.
Apple stole it from Xerox, but
sure, but Xerox was never a product for people. Xerox it was a lab product, it was something.
Well, they had a product for businesses that was expensive,
but it was never intended to they brought it to masses. They brought it to something which you would use on a daily basis. So that what struck me, and
they didn't really steal it. Steve Jobs actually paid some stock to Xerox for the tour of Xerox Park, right?
Of course,
I hold the whole story.
But man, Mac Paint is Microsoft Paint is rip off of Mac Paint. I'm flabbergasted.
Yeah, Bill Gates is not beyond stealing things. I once met Steve Jobs in a street in San Francisco, and I was hanging out with the guy who ran Internet Explorer at Microsoft. And I would go up and introduce myself, and he's like, "Oh, nice to meet the guys who are stealing our shit or copying us." Is what he knew. Well, it's a little fun game we all play in this industry.
Even with the Vision Pro, they polished a lot of what was done with the HoloLens team. They were doing deep research on UI, UX in the space for a while, and that didn't really take off. This is just the first thing that I think people are going to say, Apple did this. They made the splash. You look at Orion and some of the UI elements we saw there. They're copying a lot of what Apple's done already.
Yeah, by the way, badly, I think, because, okay, let's go back to Mark. We're back. Mark, I'm coming for you. All right. So, okay, we heard what you guys, so Shura, what do you think about yesterday's, as the Meta, he has this picture on his screen. Oh my goodness.
Come on. He's a kudo.
All right.
Now that's a digital companion right there.
Exactly. What do you think, Shura? What do you think about yesterday's presentation? We watched it together, by the way. We watched it together, partly.
I'm excited for the Orion. Massively disappointed that he didn't just chuck them on and do a little demo. That annoyed me a little bit.
It's hard to demo this stuff. That's the problem,
But not true. I know, but
you can show the 3D environment, but you got to put this thing on.
Look at Snap did it what was it, 2 weeks ago? They did a demo. Just something like that would have been amazing for me anyway. Yeah. But it seems to just it was like
truth be told, this is the knock against Zuckerberg. It's not a product. It costs $10,000 to make, which means it's a $30,000 retail product.
More. It has to be more, Robert.
Okay, but it's a long way in the future. They're showing off prototypes basically, and that's cool, and they're really amazing. Everybody who got to wear it says, "Oh my God, this is the future." But at Vision Pro, at least it's $3,500. You can go to the Apple Store and buy one, right?
Exactly, and it worked, and it's magical. You know what I mean? It's magical, and so
I agree.
So for me, or Matt, what do you think about the presentation yesterday?
It must have, they could barely demo the Quest 3S on stage. Live demos are tough, and I'm sure they wanted to, and they would have hoped, but the product's not ready. It's very clearly the prototype, which I think might hurt them. A lot of people are saying, can I buy this? Where is this? Well, it's not here. It's not going to be here anytime soon. It's a good, I think that's why they opened the whole keynote with this like forward-facing statement for Meta stock. I've never seen anything like it for specifically like something like that. It was, it's not close to our everyday life yet, and I think there's going to be some disappointment and some room when Apple comes in with their device. I think they could probably ship something sooner.
Hold on.
Of course.
No. Apple always comes in after everybody else. So the next product is a lighter weight Apple Vision Pro coming probably around Christmas time next year.
Yeah.
It might slip into 2026, right? So let's call it let's just say 2026 is going to be on the market. And it'll be a lighter weight Vision Pro with 4K chips, a little less resolution than the first one, just a little bit less, but more GPU and more speed, right? And that's when the 3D world really starts showing up.
But Robert,
the glasses that Apple has everything planned out for the next decade. The glasses come in 2027, right? About 3 years from now, from Apple. And Mark Zuckerberg announced that his glasses aren't going to come until 2027 either. So this Orion is really a prototype.
That's what Matt is saying. They will come earlier. They will ship it. They will ship it earlier. And I would
or close, somewhat around a similar timeline,
but with a much better product. With a much better product.
One's the best consumer hardware company on the planet that's shipped devices and has a lot of that capability. I mean, Meta seems to be getting there with the Ray-Bans and et cetera, but can they deliver an excellent product at scale for enough people?
Ray-Bans are coincidence child. They didn't know that this will be a success product. They throw it out there and it's stuck on the wall. They clearly if you go back with the communication with Mark, what he was saying, they didn't expect that this will be. They were expecting to sell a little bit of them as the showcase product, but people love them because they like Ray-Bans more than Meta. And they like probably hearing some, talking on their phones and stuff. I still didn't figure out why would I need this if I have AirPods and stuff. I don't want 2 cameras from Meta on my face, honestly. Like it's another privacy nightmare. But
this is all.
Okay. I mean, we're gonna see a very different privacy world coming to people, right? Because we're all going to wear cameras, whether they're from Apple or Meta or Snap or Google or whatever. And about the same time, robots are coming. I mean, I'm wearing the 1X t-shirt, right? They're making a humanoid robot. That thing is going to know where all your weird sex toys are next to your bed.
I'll show it.
Oh, you'll pull them out and go, hey, check this one out.
This is my favorite. This is my favorite. When I'm really mardy, get this one out.
They're all on Amazon, right? So the AI knows about all your sex toys.
Affiliate link sex toys.
Oh, you got the old model. You should get the new model.
No, please.
He loves affiliate links.
No, so may I try to collect my thoughts and tell him what I think about Meta Connect and Mark's approach?
Nice models.
I think that.
Yes.
First of all, showing was funny to see Quest 3S dying on them and reverting to the MacBook home screen, the very company they're trying to shit on, which was very pleasant to me to see, and it was funny. And it was clearly beyond like the capabilities of Quest 3S. I still don't understand why.
I don't understand how it crashed though, because I share my screen like that through pass-through.
No, man. Like, listen. Quest 3S is a 2022 tech with upgraded chipset. Like, it has all lenses. It has all design.
They're the same lenses as Quest 2.
They upgraded the main processor, and they put a pass-through on it. We shall see. They say it's the same quality as Quest 3. I shall believe my own eyes, and I will not believe their marketing. So I know they probably didn't put the same cameras, and because you don't have the same screens nor the same lenses, you will definitely have a different experience using Quest 3S. And their only selling point right now is the price. Now, Quest 2 sold a lot because it was a very special moment in time due to the COVID and due to the metaverse boom at that time, and they hit it. The timing was great, and that's why they sold so many. The Quest 3S starts at $300, which is a seemingly cheap price, but people will have to decide: is it a huge enough upgrade for them from Quest 2? That's number one. But if they're buying Quest 3S, they probably will not buy Quest 3, so they're eating their own sales, because who is Meta competing right now with? They're competing with themselves. They're not competing with anyone. There's nobody who is competing with them. They should be sitting comfortably and not trying to make things cheaper. They should try to make things better. But right now they went back and they introduced lenses from 2020 in the product, which is 2024. So very strange product to me. The strategy here, I don't understand. Whether they have, demographics, and they know that there's so many kids trying to play Gorilla Tag that they need to convince their parents to buy them $300 toy. If that's the demographics, to me, that's 100%. Not serious enough. That's not a serious enough demographics to even consider in the long term. But if they want to do it, fine. They let them have that chunk of money or whatever. Yeah. But I cannot believe that at $300 they're actually making much money on the hardware. So that's Quest 3S. Yeah. The demo bugged. Happens, I still respect if someone tries to do a live demo. I don't understand why Zach didn't wear Quest 3S on stage himself. He never took it on. He never powered it on. That is weird. If you are a CEO of the company, you better go on stage, show the product, take it on you, and show the live demo. Whatever the demo is, even if it crashes, I still will respect you for that. So that's Quest 3. Ray-Bans for me was always a strange product because it's definitely an interim product. And they know it. Everybody knows it. They didn't expect the success they got. I don't know how many units they're selling, but let's say they're selling, maybe several 100,000, maybe million units, whatever. But what is the main driver of those sales? It's not Meta technology with some glasses. It's great glasses who everybody likes with some technology. And that some technology is the ability to hear what people are saying from the calls and sometimes record some first-person view videos. But so basically, they're selling the headphones with some ability of camera from time to time, but mainly headphones. That's what I'm hearing from people who are using them. Right? They're telling me, I'm listening to the music. I'm talking to people. Honestly, I do the same things with AirPods. I don't need Ray-Ban glasses. But people who wear glasses, they love it. They feel they're stylish, and they can be stylish, and at the same time, they can feel that they're super techy. So that's no offense. I'm just saying as what I think.
They don't have a display. They don't do.
There's nothing like what I don't need AI without display. Like what is this?
Which is the trade-offs that people have to make right now to make these small glasses, right?
Yeah, sure, but like the only innovation yesterday they introduced for the Ray-Bans. First of all, simultaneous translation has been on the phone since 2015. I'm sorry, that's not a funny part. Bring a celebrity fighter to amaze people and let them clap. It's not a good tactics. You don't sell me the tech like this. But another thing is the only thing they brought is transparent tech. I love transparent tech. We did some new space transparent, obviously, but. Is it enough to just say, we have transparent glasses and that's huge innovation? So I kind of dismiss the Ray-Ban thing. People will keep buying them. Sure, people love them. I have nothing against that, but I don't understand that product. It's not for me. And then we come to the Project Orion. And that's where it bugged me a lot because, first of all, let's go 1 week prior, where Snap CEO Evan Spiegel, who didn't sell his company to Facebook, and Facebook went into hot war against him, to try to destroy Snap. And the guy didn't sell his company, and didn't lose that war against Zuck, which is, I have to really point out here. And the guy is literally like an antidote of Zuck, probably. And he goes on stage and he introduces Snap Spectacles. We'll put the video here on the edit. And the Snap Spectacles, they look more dorky and a little bit weirder shape. But those are but those are optical AR glasses. And the only difference with the Orion, or one main difference with the Orion, is the field of view. They have 45 or 46 degrees field of view, while Orion has 70 seemingly, okay?
Yeah.
But even Evan comes on stage and says, hey guys, do you want to have a live demo? And everybody, yeah, sure. Wow, okay, let's do it. He takes the glasses, puts them on. The screen behind him, all wireless. The screen behind him shows what he sees. Everybody sees everything in real time. And for 10 minutes or like 5 minutes, he demos amazing features like generating 2D objects with AI. Like Matt could talk about that, for example. 2D mesh, and directly it went into 3D object, and he moves them spatially. He anchors them. He does the interactions with pinch. He does the interaction with touch. he zooms out, zooms in, all those things in tutorial works flawlessly. He does the live demo and he says, thank you guys, these are developers glasses, not a consumer product, $99 per month, you can have them tomorrow, order, good luck. This is the real product working on real OS with the real use case, and they demoed it across the world to journalists and stuff. But he used it on the stage. And let's compare to Mark, who comes on stage and says, we have been working for 10 years, blah, 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 blah. And then let's bring them on.
Trump when you said that.
And let's beautiful, the best.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, carry on.
And Mark says, we've been working, it's the best glasses ever, it's the pinnacle of that. Okay, so he says, this is the best glasses in the industry. Let's bring them on stage. The guy handcuffed to the freaking case comes on stage.
You don't want people stealing your prototypes, do you?
No, wait. But think about that circus, okay? The guy with the handcuffs who handcuffed to that case brings the product to the stage, opens the case, Mark takes the glasses, shows them to everyone, then shows the video of how they showed it to some friends of Mark, like, I don't know, CEO of NVIDIA and some Bloomberg people and some bloggers and stuff. They're all wowed. And by the way, we at Somnium get criticized for showing a cut of the videos. And by the way, we didn't do so much editing, but we did editing of the video of Flight Sim Expo in Las Vegas, where we're showing VR1, and people totally love them. And I got critics for, oh my God, you heavily cut it, so obviously cut off all the bad things, which people didn't say. And Mark cuts it even further, like they do it even more aggressive, cut for positive reactions of people. So he shows the video, he tells about the specs, and that's it. He never takes them on and never powers them on. He never powers those glasses on. And to me, if you are like, I would understand if you are freaking, I don't know, a small startup doing something. Okay, I would even probably understand if you are a Snap. You're not Facebook. But Mark spends $3 billion per quarter, $1 billion per month on XR. And with that caveat, it's not acceptable, the demos they did. The failed Quest 3 demo and the failed and non-existent Orion demo, I'm sorry, this is not acceptable. And that's why I'm so angry. I'm not angry for things like, but you have to. There is Robert, you were on Somnium Connect. We did a 12-hour live stream. We ran everything live, 0 glitches. We ran all the products, all the demos live. We wore the headset. Shota did the VR part. I did the AR part. We had 7 headsets running on 7 stations for everyone to come. No NDAs. They were touching it. They were playing with it. 0 crashes.
Worked great, man. The flight simulator still is blowing my mind.
Yeah, but you see, that's the whole point. Like you have to demo. You have to have dignity in you. You have to have pride to go and.
They're scared of seeing.
Of course, it's risky, but you have to do it.
I know, but when you have this is back to so many. They're just afraid of one thing going wrong and then their stock price crashing, and that has a huge impact on thousands of people, right? So I get it.
I don't. Snap has a stock price too, Robert. Snap has a stock price too.
Yeah, but it's in the toilet already. So.
In their defense, they did the controlled demos after. They highly curated all of that. But I think the end result is people were still lusting over this device, which I think has a great benefit for Meta. They seem like the torchbearer of AR, even though it's not out. It's not. Whereas Snap is shipping a product. It exists. You can use it. You can get the dev kit today. All of that, those good things. But then in their messaging, what kind of bugged me was their big video after. Instead of showing devs using it, it was this future that's not even close, where we're walking around with these glasses, hanging out with our partner, and both in the same room using these spectacles. That seemed, and no one, at least that I know of, has said, I put that on my face. I'd walk out into public with that device. It's a device that doesn't look great, but they're selling this future like, oh yeah, you could wear this out, which you can't. The Meta product, I think people would be comfortable walking around with that today if they were able to get it out of the lab.
I do think as well, I agree with you here, and I'll just add one more thing here, and from the technical point of view, because I am building the headset, I'm deep into the technology, and we have the best mixed reality right now. It's wired, but it's the best quality mixed reality right now on the market. Even better than Vision Pro. It's sharper and it's, you can tweak it to a absolute amazing degree. But if I would, so the direction, I think Apple is again right. The optical digital mixed reality pass-through through cameras will get to the consumer level faster and will get to the real products and people using outside faster and better than the optical AR. So what Apple is doing, they will really push forward what Robert is saying, smaller device next year, which by the way will be already amazing because you can take it outside more often and it will have a better calibrated pass-through. It will probably not be maybe the more sharper one, but it will be better calibrated pass-through because they're learning a lot right now. And what I'm trying to say is the Apple will bring already, by the time Mark can bring optical AR to a level which is usable for people, Apple will be already in a fourth generation or third generation of Vision or Vision Pros with incredible ecosystem and absolutely polished OS. Because let's not forget, what are the AR glasses of Mark? What are they running? Facebook apps? Like, sorry, what are the apps ecosystem? Do you think Google, who is building their own Android XR, will go and build apps for Mark's ecosystem? I doubt. Do you think Apple or Apple, you know what I mean? Apple has all the developers, and Matt is a prime example of that, with beautiful things. Apple has developers who are building for those apps. Apple has iPhones who can connect to the glasses and mirror the notifications. That is Mark has introduced wristband. I have Apple Watch. I can do double tap and I can do things on my Apple Watch without already today. It works. I can, you know what I mean? That's where Apple is years away, like not even months, or it's years, maybe even 5-7 years ahead of Meta with what they're doing. And their strategy is correct. They're betting on the camera pass-through, which will come faster to the market and people will be able to wear it outside. That's why I don't think, and I'm very convinced that the outer screen for eyes is not going anywhere. It will stay in the products and will be better in the next generation. And that's what they're doing. And by the time the optical AR will come, that will be a completely different product from Apple, but Mark will still be struggling and Apple will be faster to bring that. That's my prediction here.
Apple it doesn't care if somebody has fun, right? They've learned this over and over again that they can come in late and crush whoever's out on the market, right? The iPhone, when the iPhone came out, Nokia had almost 100% market share in phones, right? I always had to come to Europe and get a cool ass Nokia phone. I have a drawer full of them. And they knew that they could come in late with a smartphone and completely change the market. And they know the same thing is true here, that they can come in after Zuckerberg has some fun, sells tens of millions of units, maybe even 100 million units, and they can still come in and crush the Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg doesn't have stores, doesn't have the ecosystem, doesn't have the same thing, doesn't have trust, doesn't have privacy. Here's another one. People are going to figure out these AI glasses. Where are you running the inferencing on these things, right? Are you running it on a phone? Well, okay. Do you have full access to the full AI computer in these iPhones, right? Is Zuckerberg going to get that kind of cooperation? I don't think so. Nope. And so he's doing a lot of inferencing up in the cloud. And the thing that's running the glasses is going to be mostly up in the cloud, for Zuckerberg, where Apple can have a different approach, and they have trust. But it doesn't matter.
Apple has a different approach. I mean, if I want to watch spatial videos on my Vision Pro, I just have them on my phone, and I can directly have them and watch them. But in order for me to watch the spatial videos on my Quest and record, I need to upload it to the cloud. I ain't uploading anything to the Mark Zuckerberg's cloud. I just want to be clear here, okay? I'm not uploading any family video or photo to his cloud. Like, not happening. It's just not happening. It's just like that. I'm not doing it. I'm not using his product because of that. And that's, to me, that's kind of, I don't know. I think he's losing. And also, if I look at Meta, from, again, we're building software in Somnium, right? I look at the UI and approach. Shota, you can confirm, we're obsessing right now in Somnium over having same button, same UI logic on all the devices, whether it's Somnium VR, whether it's
uniform,
Yeah, whether it's Somnium VR1 tool for our headset, or it's a launcher for Somnium VR client, or it's inside tablet, the buttons, we are making sure that people have the same design language. If I open a Meta Quest app, they freaking update it. It changes all the time for a different, like, what the hell is going on there? Like, why? I don't understand.
They just don't, I'm lost. They just haven't hit the mark yet, have they? Mark, yeah. As in, like, they still don't really know 100% what they're doing. And
of course they don't.
What I think is, with going back to, like, Rob was saying, like, Apple's got the stores and that. I don't think Meta needs. I'm just going to do the Meta fanboy side of things. I don't think Meta needs stores because the price point is so attractive. It's so cheap just to get one, and I think they're aiming it at children to get into Vision OS, and then for them to stay there, to get locked into that ecosystem. That's why I think.
Sorry, sir. Vision OS is Apple, okay? Don't touch Apple. You wanted to say Meta OS.
Meta OS. There you go, yeah.
You see, he thinks about Meta OS. No, he says Meta, but he thinks about Vision. I know
they're trying to attract the younger generation into that ecosystem. That's what I think they're trying to do. But they don't need stores.
I think
they don't need stores.
The classroom is a good point for the price point of the Quest 3S's. The first device that gets in there for me, I grew up in the iMac hit. That took over. You walked into the school library and there was a sea of these beautiful computers. And the first modern computer I used, right? I used Windows 95 and 96, but that was one where I was like connected to this new experience. And you're like it's like the screen on the back of an airplane. You're a captive audience and you're forced to learn this. You're forced to use it. Whoever can get in there and get the kids at a young age using it, I think we'll have a really, long, lifespan with this.
Okay, but wait, finish. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Apple can hit that price point. They have a history of putting their devices in, but Apple has, they have what is it, like 80-90% of kids in the United States use an iPhone, and all their friends are there. They're I think the interesting war or whatever the battle will be is the avatar. What's the blue check equivalent? So the blue text box in text messaging equivalent of avatars, where you show up to like meet your friends and you look like a Horizon World, avatar. There's that battle is going to be really interesting to play out of how you show up in these virtual spaces.
I mean, you're in the Vision Pro. You look pretty good and photorealistic, right? If I see you in VR chat, you're probably looking a little bit more like a
bit furry.
A lot of. I mean, and that's the problem with the old technology, right? VR one, like you said, it's a 2020s technology. Is vector based, right? It's little lines. Where you're photorealistic, it's going into a new world. I call this Metaverse 2.0, right?
Yeah, it is.
Metaverse 1.0 is lots of vectors like Beat Saber or VR chat or whatever. Pretty cool. But when you get into photorealistic or voxel world, volumetric pixel world, that's a whole nother game. And you're absolutely right on. They'll have quite a few things like that.
I want to say a few things here.
And this is the hard part, because to do that new world, you have to have a lot of GPU near your device, right? And it's still not there. This is why that device costs $30,000. Let's just call it retail, $10,000 wholesale, right?
Yeah. So I'll tell you one thing about Quest 3. So I happen to know also I have friends in the industry and people who I know, and they tell me things, and I can tell you that Pico 4. For the enterprise and for the schools has, Pico 4 itself and then Pico 4 Ultra, the new one, which is coming, they outsell Meta Quest 3 for the industry. Why? Because Pico is more open and their kiosk modes and their enterprise software stack is somewhat better than the Quest enterprise stack, because Meta is, more closed or whatever. So Pico is outselling in the enterprise Meta. That's number one. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, my family business is education. They're in about 1,000, 2,000 schools across the country, and the decision makers there are probably a little hesitant of bringing in Meta, bringing in Facebook. That's a brand concern that they're still holding on to the privacy factor. I don't think they can shed with the rebrand. That'll still exist. Apple's going to hammer them, as Robert was saying, for the next decade on privacy.
100%.
Isn't that funny 100%. How they fear from privacy from Meta, American company, but not a Chinese Pico.
Yeah, but so can I bring that again? And you guys tell me whether I'm nuts or not. But when I have to decide, when people say here, "Oh my God, you're using Chinese phone, it's all privacy," I said, wait a second. I am more open and safe to use Chinese phones. Why? Because I live in Europe, where governments have the total control of Facebook and all the information they're getting from those companies, but they get nothing from China, and China gets nothing but about knowing, if they know everything about me, what can they do? China has zero ability to influence me here, but the governments here can take all the information from Facebook and really have influence over me.
Sometimes.
So I'd rather use Chinese phone and let them steal all my information, which, by the way, we have no proof of them doing. We never had any breach or huge breach of TikTok or anything. We did have breach for Facebook and stuff repeatedly. So I just want to say, let's look at a track record. And I don't care if Chinese have more information about me, because it's in freaking China. I'm not there. I'm here, and my ass can be burned by the governments here if they log into my Facebook account, which I, by the way, don't use. But if they all get all the Telegram information, for example, and stuff, they can bring a lot of problems to a lot of people. But if the Telegram would be Chinese, everybody will be relaxed, because what the European Union can do, nothing. It goes all. So the argument of having a Chinese phone and not being secured, it's obsolete if you're in Europe or United States, because you rather would want to have the Chinese phone and them having your information rather than the United States government having information from Facebook directly. That's my argument. Do you have anything to say against that? Or am I completely wrong?
No, I think it's been a massive misconception for a long time. Carry on, Mike, sorry.
Robert, you're muted.
You're muted, Robert. You're muted.
Tell us, Rob. Tell us a secret.
Don't ask me. I have Chinese lights on my wall with microphones and a computer underneath the lights.
Go, Robert.
I'm all about letting the Chinese listen to me. They're nice people mostly.
Make good friends.
Oh, they are. Totally are. Yeah, I mean, totally. So so I want to say that the Quest, the Pico is outselling them in enterprise, and I see here more and more information like that. So Mark, honestly, Fresnel lenses in 2024. I mean, what are we talking about? Like, what is this? Like, and I know what I want to say. Matt, you said they want to get kids. I say, look at the statistics. Recently, statistics leaked from Meta or something, and we saw that 80% of kids are playing one game. One game is bringing them. It's Gorilla Tag. Now, if all your attention is built on one game and you are betting your device.
What, they don't play Beat Saber anymore?
Nah, it's Gorilla Tag.
No, it's not in it.
It's out.
We're too old. Beat Saber is too old. Let's move on. There's Gorilla Tag. It's all Gorilla. But think about it.
Yeah.
80% of active users are playing one or two. Like 90% of all active users are playing top 3 games on Quest. 3 games.
Yeah. 3 games.
What?
The Gorilla Tag folks are bringing in $300 million a year. You think it's conceivable they could build their Gorilla headset and just take that out of the ecosystem completely?
Of course they should.
That's why they have the lifestyle accelerator. That's why they see this AR vision. They understand games, will have a niche, but they can't build killer games. Facebook's never been able to do that. And they're trying with Horizons World. I telling you the other night that I stumbled in there in the headset, and it was like they have a Meta employee at the welcome gates trying to there's a 12-year-old screaming, and there's someone trying to understand where you are, and the Meta handler is there trying to moderate.
Sounds like perfect trolling material.
It's really, really obscure, but the Gorilla Tag. My nephews, I ask them every week what are they using in the middle school and high school, and it's Gorilla Tag. It's Snapchat. Snapchat has that evergreen potential. Yeah. I think they're a dark horse here. Listen, I underestimated them, but it's cyclical. You don't want your parents to see your texts, and that is evergreen. And until that goes away, that need, I think they'll always be able to have a market there if they can hit that demographic.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But if we go back to the Robert was talking about, you were talking about the avatar quality.
Mm-hmm.
And if Meta are trying to get the headsets into children, I don't think they care about how good things look anymore. If they're quite happy playing Gorilla Tag, they're quite happy with an even better looking avatar in Horizon Worlds. I don't think they care anymore. I think it's only as you get older, you start looking at detail.
But that's Meta should embrace building games in VR and embrace their audience. But they know their audience, which makes them money, or at least makes the loss a bit less, because they don't make money. Don't get me wrong, they lose a lot of money, but it makes them a little bit of money to compensate for some loss. But while they know it, they do everything to turn around from that demographic and try to push AR, which those kids probably don't freaking care about at all. Yes. And they try to pretend that they are Vision Pros, but for cheaper. But nobody cares. Those people who buy Meta Quest 3, I mean, have you tried to work in a Quest 3 and read text on the monitors? Your eyes will bleed. You will be bleeding. It's not ready for that.
It's not that bad. The Vision Pro is superior on that angle.
100%.
Yeah, these devices shouldn't be on kids anyways. There's no research to support that they can handle. Like what this is the danger zone.
I agree.
Of putting these, and the age restrictions I just saw are down to 10 years old. You could put a Quest on a 10-year-old and it's okay. There's zero data. All studies are paid for by Facebook, right?
Yeah.
And this is the ultimate, what is this going to do to our species in 20 years if you're going through these formative 10, 12 years?
It's going to destroy social status, isn't it?
3 times a week I get on a show with a Unity researcher on X, right? And he's laying out what the industry is going to do over the next 20 years. And they're already talking about putting neural links on children, right? In other words, brain-computer interfaces. It's
guys.
This industry is a little dirty that way. Right?
I have to, guys.
You're not going to give them neural links, but we're heading into a new world, and we don't have the science to prove whether it's good or not yet. Because we don't have enough people in these things.
Can I tell you something? So I think you'll all agree I'm a VR nerd. Person who uses VR every day. I use Vision Pro. We're building our own headset. We have social. So you can agree I'm kind of into VR. Okay, we can agree here.
Kind of into VR is a
little bit.
Okay, a little bit into VR. I'm a little bit into
You've
VR.
Heard of it.
I think you're more into VR than most 99.9999% of humans.
I have 2 kids, 2 boys, 8 and 11. Okay, I'm pretty techie guy. I always use the best tech at home. We have best phones, and I always show them stuff. Yet none of those 2 kids own mobile phones, and they do not do regular VR. I don't let them, and I show them
3D
stuff in VR. They know they don't play games, man. They don't play games. They know what Somnium VR 1 is. They love the image quality. They were racing a little bit in it for 15 minutes, few times, and that's it. They know what Vision Pro is. I showed them some of the educational videos about elephants and immersive experiences. They loved it, but that's it. And the only game I play with my kids, you give me a nod. I know many will just be laughing right now, but the only game I play on the weekend for 45 minutes together with them, it's Age of Empires 2. That's it.
Strategy building, yes.
Strategy games. And
good kids.
The only time they spend on tablet
as well.
The only they do, and the only time they spend on tablet, because my older son, he loves chess, so he plays chess on the tablet, against computers and sometimes against people, again for a limited period of time. But that's it. That's their digital life. I don't want to let them even close to people in VR chat or to people in Gorilla Tag, all those toxicity and stuff, not even close. It's not happening. And when they're older, they grow in our household. They know all the technology. They understand everything. They know how to use that. They know what's coming, what's the MacBook, what's iPhone, what's VR1, what's PC VR, what's standalone. They know it. They know all the Quests and Picos. We have all of that at home, but they don't use them regularly. And they're fine with that. They understood the boundary which we put on them, and they are kind of fine with that. And I think Matt is completely right. We need to be more careful with kids, because we are grown-ups. I mean, I can handle shit, But
there's no
some
moderation
people, they
in
cannot.
a virtual world. There's no moderation. If you go to a Gorilla Tag lobby right now, I guarantee you that you'll hear every racial slur that ever was invented.
Of course. And so, Shona, you go to VR chat, and you know more than me. VR chat rabbit hole can go really dark,
it's
really
bad.
quickly.
It's really bad now.
You're fine.
Skibbity. Yeah, I heard that one.
Yes,
really bad.
And this is not even
at
fun
Christmas
anymore.
as well.
This is not about even like I think psychologically people can get really broken in VR chat and completely rewired. And this is like this. It can
and
go
wait until
really
you
bad,
find
really
all the
quickly.
weird sex dungeons, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Robert.
You want your kids in some weird ass sex dungeon with
no.
BDSM and all sorts of weird shit going on, you know? Do you want that kind of conversation with your 9-year-old? You know?
No, of course not.
No.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Well, on the other side, like when I was a kid, you know, internet chat rooms, the same thing. You enter into a chat room, you're like, I am way too young for this shit. And then you leave the chat room. Like that's the difference is like you walk into a room, you feel like you're in the room, and like your brain imprints that you actually walked into that room. You can't like click out of it right away.
But with a chat room,
we're in a weird future.
With a chat room, you got this guard where I don't know if you like if you're a bit like me, where you get a bit ballsy, a bit. I used to get a bit loud mouth in chat rooms because I was protected by the screen. They don't know who I was. But in VR, when you got that presence as well, and you do the same behavior, then that will translate to
it's
real
much more
life.
profound, guys. It's a night and day. I've been in chat rooms, you know, I grew up on them, right? But like, trust me when I say, and you know it, right? When you're in VR, it imprints in your brain. I have dreams sometimes of what I did in VR, like in Somnium Space. Kid you not? Like I dream about spaces in which I've visited in Somnium Space. That is I
can remember things I've done in VR years ago. Right, because in fact, Stanford VR group found that human brain remembers things in VR as if they happen to you in real life. Right?
Yep. Yeah, Robert, like you can remember when we first met in Somnium Space, and I gave you a tour. I remember exactly where we were: the island, the building, the like. You can spatially imagine all of it. Like it was 5 years ago? Crazy, but we still remember it. That's just unbelievable. So,
thanks for the tour, by the way.
Oh, but it was amazing, by the way. Kid was there, your wife was there. I remember. It was a great tour. Thank you for coming that time.
Oh man. So where are we going with all this? What's the
I don't know. It's weird. It's weird time,
week?
Guys. It's weird time. First of all, I have to applaud Evan for showing the live demo and Spectacles for actually delivering and shipping. Yeah. That is, you know, showing a prototype again, someone who knows
shipping to developers, not to everybody.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
I can't buy a copy. They're $1,200
a month,
right?
Yeah,
but they're clearly aiming at like end of next year is going to be another pair of glasses, because I've seen the displays from at Display Week. They're little tiny. They're a quarter the size of a sugar cube on the sides of a wave guide, which is why we're starting to see these early versions.
Of course. But what I'm saying is, it's a real product with a real demo from a real person to real developers. Okay, I see people having them, and they actually all people who went there got the pair, and they were like there were people making pictures with those glasses in MetaConnect. There were people physically there. So that's number one. I think huge respect for that. Not something imaginary somewhere in the future, lots of words, but then handcuffed people bringing suitcase. Like it's a circus, you know, it's a complete circus. I think in general, Mark is when I have a good gut feeling in general. Like I trust my gut feeling. And when I listen to Mark, when he was describing Meta Horizon, you can clearly hear that he didn't learn and he didn't deeply understand what he was talking about. He got the talking points from the team at Meta Horizon, and he just told them, but he didn't understand like what those portals are. He literally don't spend time in Meta Horizon. It's a side gig for, you know, he lets it run. He wants it, because even when he started, he was like, oh, and now we have this social Meta Horizon because, you know, that's what we do. Like he didn't even know he didn't have the profound understanding of what the hell they're building with the social world. Like you need to wake up at 2 a.m. and say, I want people in VR to be able to earn their living by, living in the virtual world and support their, livelihood and stuff like that. And I want people to connect better. Like he needs to be able to, but he doesn't know it. He knows maybe about the AR glasses, but he doesn't know about Meta Horizon because it's not his gig, He's not that interested in it. And it was clear from the
he gets to go on a jet ski out in Hawaii where, he has a huge branch there, right?
Exactly.
Go snorkeling in the morning.
Why would he go to Meta Horizon of all things? You know what I mean? Like if you have all those money and stuff, like not the ideal place for the billionaire to be. But he doesn't wear my bet. He uses Quest 1 time per week. This is my bet. And when he's using it, when he gets something new to test from the team. If Boz is another my favorite, but whatever, I will not. But when Boz sends him something, just say hey, have a look. We have this cool new demo. That's when he dusts off his headset, puts it on, goes through all those hell updates first, and then he uses it. And that's pretty much the time, in my opinion, that's the time he's spending in VR. He's not doing it every day for hours. He's not that one who would do it. Again, I might be wrong, and I hope Zach will prove me wrong, but just my thing.
They're funneling everyone into it on the Quest devices. You saw with the portals, the new UI, they're trying to make it through the Oasis. That's probably their North Star internally to do that thing. And you're right, he doesn't know how to describe it. They don't really know where it's going or how people will use it, but they're trying to get all the experiences inside of Horizon World.
And by the way, if you're very careful and if you're very attentive, if your attention is very on point, I saw a tweet because after the Connect, people from Facebook were allowed to talk what they were working on, and you can pinpoint people. There was one person, I don't remember if it's a guy or girl. They tweeted, "I am the one who redesigned the Instagram app for Meta Quest." Now, one person, and I believe it's enough. But if one person redesigns the whole app for the Meta Quest and they advertise it as a huge achievement, what the hell they're spending $3 billion on per quarter? Because you literally need 2 people for Instagram app, probably 10 people for Meta Horizon Worlds, literally. Then you need few people for this and that app. So you can have 100 people team who can build the whole OS, the whole stuff. Plus you need maybe 50 people hardware team. So we're at 150. Where the hell are the money? Where the money are going? What's going on there? Why they're burning $3 billion per quarter for what? I don't see the output. waveguide glasses from Orion is good, but it's years away and it's a prototype. Again, building a prototype is not building a product which you can ship. I am going through this hell right now, okay? I'm producing the headsets as we speak. They're produced in the factory. It's very complicated. It's a very complicated endeavor. Like it's not just. I had prototypes 2 years ago. We were showing prototypes 2 years ago at CES. People were looking through the headset. It had mixed reality. It had all the optics and stuff. But that's how long it took us to go from the prototypes to actual final working products, which we're proud of. Like that's the 2 year. You can shorten it maybe for 1 year, but it's still 1 year. So yeah, it's. I wanted to discuss something else.
Yeah, I have a meeting.
You need to breathe. You need to breathe.
I got 10 minutes left with you.
Okay, hey, news from AI. Robert, tell us what's new in AI.
Models are raining out of the sky. I mean, OpenAI just turned on their new voice feature, which is really, really amazing, right? To be able to talk to the thing in real time and have it do translations and all sorts of stuff. And
is it out for everyone or not yet?
It should be. If you don't have it, delete the app and reinstall it and see if you get it.
That's a great UX.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Wait, I don't think
gotta tell the server, hey.
I mean, it's only 60 billion company. I understand it's not a trillion company, so we can apologize.
That's actually a pretty mind-blowing new feature, and everything's going to work like that someday. But it's way beyond Siri's capabilities right now. To have multi-step conversations real quick with an AI is just mind-blowing. Truth be told, right? And have it be able to, hey, can you, like my wife is Iranian, so half of her family speaks Farsi at home. So I'm going to put this down on the counter and have it listen to us and translate both ways on the screen as we're talking, right? And that'll be pretty mind-blowing. But it's it's a pretty interesting new capability.
What happened with people leaving AI, OpenAI?
People calling in rich is what I call it, right? They made a lot of money, and there's something going on inside. Well, clearly there's something going on. The company is making a sharp turn towards being a commercial company where most of the employees or executives even thought they were building a nonprofit, right? Even Elon Musk has sued Sam Altman because of that, because Elon and Sam were formed OpenAI together, and he understood it to be one thing, and now it's a completely different thing. And I bet that's really pissed off a lot of people internally, because those people are AI researchers. They like research. They don't want to build they're not product people. They're not people like you who think about how to make a pair of glasses or a robot or something or an app that somebody's going to download and use, right? It's a different kind of mentality that's needed for that. And so there's some, and this happens at a lot of companies, right? Where the founder, founders are good at starting things. They might not be good at running things. Right. And they don't want to do all the,
trust me, I feel you.
All the shit that goes on with running a company, right? Doing employee reviews and going on road shows and all that, right? If you're an AI researcher and you like to just sit there and come up with new ways for an AI to be 20% faster or do something new, you don't like to do all that kind of work. So I understand why a lot of early timers are leaving, but it is troubling. And we don't yet see another really strong competitor to them. OpenAI still is ahead of everybody. Even these new meta models that just shipped, they're close, but they're not as good as OpenAI, and they're months behind, right? I went all over the world this summer using ChatGPT with vision features. Well, multimodality is still coming on Meta, right? So
what caught your eye in the last few weeks in terms of startups in AI? What do you think is what is trending right now?
I think there's a whole bunch of little companies that are doing things like spreadsheets, project management, right? All reimagined with AI. So the spreadsheet I put up, and it's not out for normal people yet, but they've shown it to me. You have a grid of customers, a grid of addresses, a column of addresses, and then you need another column, like all the social media for those people. Well, you don't know that. Well, let's say you had 5,000 names in a spreadsheet. You can prompt the column and say, please find me all the social media.
Oh, that's nice.
People. And it launches up 1,000 agents or 5,000 agents all at the same time and goes and starts filling in the spreadsheet on that column. It's really
need
amazing.
That. For my customers of VR1, I need that right now.
And I'm playing with email things that are, trying to really help you answer emails and prioritize your emails. There's all sorts of little apps. I have 5,500 companies in my AI lists on X.com, right? And there's a lot of little companies like that coming, and I think you're going to see a flood more. Y Combinator yesterday just launched, 250 companies. Almost all of them are using an LLM underneath their company, underneath their product to do new things. So this is just crazy. That's the crazy. It's not one thing. It's a flood of things.
What about the robots? Because 10th of October, Tesla has the event, and they said it's robot event. We are also expecting Robotaxi from them.
Which is robot, right? A car
which is a robot. Yeah, but what do you guys think about robots and AI? What do you think, Robert?
Uber was invented right in front of me in a Paris snowstorm, so I've been following this transportation as a service since its very beginning, right? And if you get rid of the human driver in the car goes from $20 an hour cost to $2 an hour cost. That's a huge, huge change. Yep. And only Tesla has the ability to do that. Waymo is driving in San Francisco.
Some Chinese companies probably, but in Western countries,
not even Chinese companies are not driving. Okay, you go to the Golden Gate Bridge and watch who has an AI computer going across the Golden Gate Bridge. Tesla every 2 seconds. New Tesla is going.
Oh no! I mean, in Western Europe, in Western countries, yes, but in China, Chinese cars are huge. There
are the same thing going on in China with some of the companies, but they're not going to be able to get the data in the Western world to compete in the Western world with Tesla.
They won't.
Soon.
Yeah, they won't.
And Tesla also has a brand. I mean, I did a lot of research for the automotive industry. Can you tell I'm a little passionate about this topic? Yes. I had the first ride in the Mercedes autonomous car, right? I've been studying automotive innovation for a long time here in Silicon Valley. And if you tear it apart, Tesla has the brand that people recognize that will get in the car. Nobody else has that. GM Cruise, what's a Cruise, And what's a Waymo? Normal people don't know what a Waymo is. So the acquisition cost of getting a new customer to try their thing, and they haven't even built the cars to build a fleet to get into even the top 300 American cities, right? We're a long way from that. Tesla has a huge lead, and I'm really looking forward to this thing. And I hope that the Robotaxi has an Optimus in it, because I think that's a real important part of the Robotaxi network. Because if I hire a car to go to the airport, I need help with my luggage. If Optimus comes along with the program, then Optimus can come out, help me with my luggage, put that in the car, and also.
Oh my God, I didn't think about that.
Yep.
Yeah, offer some extra redundancy to the car, so that the robot is driving and the car is driving. One of the guys who works on Optimus team told me they're teaching the robot, the Optimus, the humanoid robot, to drive other cars. Right. So eventually you might see a Toyota show up with a robot. Right. That would be really cool.
Oh my goodness.
I think we can expect that opening moment or whatever that reveal is. Elon's the best stage showman, I think, out there right now, who can really put together 15, 20 minutes that are just
he's doing demos in real time. Yes.
And having the robot come in, get out of the car, that would be a good 1-2 punch, and we really need to see.
If he does that, he's like, that's a winner. Like, honestly, if that is possible, even if the robot drives on stage with the car and gets out of the car, it just stands there right next to Elon, this will be the most badass moment in any pitch ever created, beyond the Steve Jobs even.
The driver seat's empty, and it's just a car full of robots.
Okay, that is another good one.
I gotta run, so you guys keep going.
All right, see you, Robert.
I love you all.
Well,
I mean that's some good ideas, Matt. Like this would be. I'm just thinking, and it's possible. I think they could do it. Like they could learn and teach these things to the robot, and they can let them do it. It's possible.
In terms of just the reveal, that moment. I think if Steve Jobs is known for his iPhone reveals, those types of things, Elon really has he's been doing this for years with either even going back to like Tesla Energy when they bought Solar City. They have some really great keynotes. The Cybertruck went wrong. If that hadn't gone wrong, that would have been awesome, shooting a cannon, at the cannonball at the window.
Wait, it went wrong, but it got viral, and that's why everybody knows what Cybertruck is, in the end of the day.
So really excited for it, and we'll see when the robots come in, and we'll have these robots. We'll just be able to sit in the Vision Pro and have robots do everything.
I want to know
isn't it beautiful?
Where the E-plane is. Where's the electric plane? They must be cooking something up. Come on. They must be.
I've been doing it for that. Yeah, it's a little bit complicated. So energy. So you won't have there are planes which are electric, but there are lightweight planes most of the time. There is one. So the best use of the electric plane is hybrid. You need propulsion to get you to the altitude and the speed, and then you can maintain the speed with electric energy, and then you go down and you need some redundancy in terms of the propulsion to have that. So hybrids, I think it's the way to go, because the batteries are still too heavy, and you need the density energy to actually get you up there to this altitude. But definitely, I mean, hybrid planes for sure. And there are also new planes with the better designs, which consume like 40% less power. So if you combine that with propulsion for getting you up there, an electric engine to actually push you forward exactly on the cruise control, and then you go down, but you have that engine in case something goes wrong. Like, you know what the new trend? Do you know those ultralight planes without engines, the gliders? You know the gliders.
Yeah.
So the new trend on the gliders are they take someone created this small turbine engines like on jets, but very small, like this big, and they put them on those small planes and they control them from the cockpit. So if they need, they can fly for an hour. So instead of just relying only on wind, when the wind is off and they see that they are already going down, they just turn it on, get themselves further up, and then fly another 3 hours. And then they can just, anytime, and they have enough fuel to just go for, an hour or hour and a half. And that's it. But that's a new trend in the gliders. Everyone on the gliders are putting them. I just saw the videos on YouTube, and I can see that. And yeah,
that makes sense. Birds most of the time they're just gliding. They don't exert. They don't exert energy at all. They're just sitting up there. You see them flying in circles. They're just catching the wind. And if they can do that, like maybe I'd do that. I wouldn't get in an electric helicopter anytime soon or electric plane. Like I'd rather take a Tesla to the airport, get on one of those like I've never been on a super, like what are those, like the Concorde, those supersonic flights. Those are coming back. I want those, like those types of things. We have a lot of, future's bright, man.
And don't forget Tesla and SpaceX. SpaceX wants to do the interplanetary flights with the Starship from point to point within an hour, right? So New York to Tokyo, an hour. Elon still says that's a concept they want to bring up, right? And
I mean,
that
sounds great when you just tell them to build a starport in New York City. Like that sounds awesome. All of those things,
fucking cool, man.
Like we'll get there. Hopefully, I've been on a starbase, and it's like it's taken a long time to get there in our lifetimes. Like maybe I hope when I'm 70, I can go up into space and come back down like same day. And go to Tokyo in a minute or 2 or 10 minutes or whatever it takes. That would be a wild future. But we need he's got to stay alive as long as he can, and then you get to a certain point, you get some enemies, and you're seeing that pushback even from the FAA on things that he would want to go faster on. Then there's a lot of people who don't like him for taking over Twitter, those types of things. Unfortunately, his brand impacts all of his other companies like Tesla. There's people who don't like Tesla.
Honestly, I think it's what you get.
Yeah. Was it Elon that did that, or was it just
I was an antiquated petrol head motorcycle rider, but then I went in one and I was like, this makes sense.
I own the same Tesla for 10 years. I drive the same Model S for 10 years, and it still runs really well. Like I it's not maybe the best build quality or whatever, but it runs. It's a reliable car, and it's freaking the tech in my car. It's still on par with majority of cars today. Like I have auto park, I have cruise control, but very advanced cruise control, like the autopilot 1.0. I have
I still think
the
it's better.
heating.
I've test drove a few like new. Fair enough, they're economy electric cars, but the Tesla they've just nailed it. Honestly.
Yeah, of course. They did. Yeah. The only companies who can compare to Teslas today with the tech and can be the Tesla are Chinese companies. I'm talking about, Nissan. I'm talking about Xiaomi. I'm talking about Huawei. I'm talking about the Zeekr. I'm talking about all those cars who are actually like the competition there is incredible. Like they're devastating Tesla in China and other brands. Like other brands are dead in China. Literally like Mercedes, BMW, Audi, nobody's buying them anymore because the Chinese cars are so good that people are just, they're just buying them there. And the tech inside those cars is incredible. It's just mind-blowing stuff.
I think there used to be a status symbol around, the badges of driving a Mercedes or driving an Audi, and maybe that's
not anymore.
It's
not anymore.
And they still make great cars, but that's changing.
Is the thing I think it's just disappeared now. I really.
I would have loved an Apple car to sit in the passenger seat with my.
Oh my god! It's such.
Someone's got to leak that. I would put a bounty on leak those designs. Someone internally. Let us see it.
I wish, because when they canceled the car, at least what the rumors said, right, when they canceled the car, I really hope, I think they can nail it down, but I think they just pushed it forward away. You know, they said, okay, let's nail the spatial computing. Like they will bring it up, but when they'll do, like I think they will bring it up by the time Tesla and other few companies will break their necks and teeth on the robotaxis. That's when the Apple will come and they will nail the robotaxi. They don't want people driving their car. No. They say, don't touch our car, okay? That you just sit there, okay? You just sit there with Vision Pro and screens, but we'll drive you. We'll drive you in the best possible way.
Yeah. The best possible car is the car you don't have to drive, right? And if they make the best products, that makes a lot of sense. And to Meta's point with, they thought AR was going to come in before AI. And they were wrong. And they shifted their roadmap where AR is now 4 or 5 years further on, and they're going all in on AI. Like generally, they're correct. Directionally, they're correct. Apple probably's got everything ready to go when that time is figured out to press the button to say go. But you're right. We didn't. And to Elon's credit, he kind of lied and said it's here today, like 10 years ago. When did you buy self-driving mode on your car? Like, was that 10 years ago? Like that, he did say it. It just wasn't truthful today or back then.
Yeah. I mean, I think, listen, of course, he over-exaggerates, and we know it, but I think at least he delivers. Eventually, he always delivers. And that is a very important distinguishing characteristics of him, because there are founders who can exaggerate things and they never deliver.
Yeah.
But he does. He said, we will go to Mars. Okay, it will be 15 years later, but it will be that starship which will bring the humans to Mars, and it will be the rocket which will be landing back and refueling and go back again. We talked about the self-driving cars. Okay, it was not 10 years ago, but he brought it. The cars are actually driving themselves right now, and more accurately, right? We talk about AI and robots. I mean, he will be the one who probably be the forefront of that. He co-founded OpenAI, so the guy is delivering. You may like him or not. Maybe he misses the dates, and I can understand him. As a founder and yourself as well, Matt. Like it's hard to nail things, and we are dreamers. If we wouldn't be the way how we are, our companies wouldn't ever exist. Like if I didn't believe that I can build the VR1 1 year faster than I thought I will, I would never start the project. It will never exist. I would just not do it.
He is an incredible founder and is an imperfect human, but gets things done.
As we all are, by the way.
Correct.
Yeah, we're all imperfect.
But gets things done, and has in our lifetime, an individual soul in the books of history has driven us forward probably much faster than we would have been. So, Elon, if you're watching, howdy, folks.
100%. I'm dreaming about Xiaomi SU7 as the car. Elon, sorry for that, because they've done an amazing car. I'm hearing some sounds. What's going on there?
The rains of the heavens have just gone. I'll mute myself.
Oh wow, okay.
Carry on.
But you're clearly in the poor camp, guy, because you're not Shirley, you're not wearing the Apple Vision Pro, and you don't have this microphone which cancels even the thing which is right next to it. But I wanted to say that I mean I forgot. I'm getting old. Thank God I didn't hear him laughing because he muted himself. But yeah, Elon is Elon, and founders are founders, honestly, and apologies for those who are sometimes waiting. The only important thing is you need to respect your customers. Yep. And if you overpromise, you should not let customers bleed the money and wait for it for 3 years. You should probably develop it yourself and not take the money, like all this conversation. So you have to keep the balance between yourself and the customer. One thing is to promise something, another thing is to charge, and then you kind of let people, you always have to compensate with something with that. And I think that's the balance people need to kind of keep, because more and more we can see the tech. Even Apple is guilty, right? Apple just pushed iPhones with Apple Intelligence, but Apple Intelligence is nowhere to be found on those phones. And I'm like, Apple, like, it's fine, but come on, guys, you should put some updates there that people at least can use something. but Apple Intelligence is not there on those phones. But the advertisings are all there. Like you can see everywhere Apple Intelligence, smarter phones built for AI, the groundbreaking, but it's not there. Like Google, as funny as their hardware is, like they shipped some features. Like I can use photo add me feature where I make a picture and then I give my friend a phone and I go and stand in that picture and he snaps the picture and we are standing there together. I can use the Gemini Live and talk to the Gemini on the phone. I can use the screenshots app and then search for the screenshots in the phone. Like those are genuinely useful features and they are there from the day one. I bought the phone, it's there. Again, Google is not the best company even for this tracker, but even they managed to deliver there. So like Apple, you could do better, and that's that's another example. Don't sell the promises, sell the real products.
I'm sure they probably missed their timeline on that and would have liked to have that at iPhone 16 launch date. But the whole Apple Intelligence came out of not nowhere, but it's been a really short timeline for them to get something out.
Yeah. And, but I think that it will be good. I think it will be good. The only thing which I don't understand is like, why did they do OpenAI and only OpenAI? If they want to show that it will be like there will be several providers of AI on the phone, I would partner with OpenAI and someone else. Like find some company, the second company, and bring it in and say, okay, you can click through OpenAI, or you can choose this, and you can have like we are a platform and they are providers.
I would assume that some, and this is probably slightly incorrect, but OpenAI wanted to be the exclusive at the announcement because they were I feel like they were put in a little box in the keynote. They were put like way, way, way down. It was Apple Intelligence, everything, and then there's a little OpenAI sprinkled in here but they were really put in a box at that event in a delightful way for like the AI juggernaut, just to be like a little footnote.
I agree. All right, guys. I mean, there was we are moving in a light speed right now with technology, and sometimes it's good to also slow down a little bit. Yeah. And when I think about Somnium and VR headset, I look around and I think, if you build tech well, if you build a product well, it will serve people for many years to come without a change. And, if you build the fundamentals correctly, that's where it matters. And I think that's what we try to do with Somnium platform, where we really obsess about small details and we really reinvented ourselves, I think, as a team, and Shoda can confirm. We try to reinvent ourselves. We really, really put a lot of effort into making things better and consistently. Matt, you are doing an incredible job with beautiful things. We'll put a link to your app. Those who own Vision Pro, I mean, you probably already downloaded it, but like go and download and play with it. Do it now. Incredible stuff. And what a beautiful app that was one of the first apps. When you sent me the invite to test it, like it was incredible to test. We are trying to bring Authenticity to Vision Pro as an app for people to chat and kind of have a little bit of a decentralized social network. I'm not having any illusions that many people will use it, but I know, and someone told me recently, like I was saying, like, hey, we don't have enough users in Somnium. It's not, not much. And we were talking with you, and thank you for your feedback. But I told someone, like, they said, why do you build Somnium? Why do you want users so much? What's driving you? And I said, I want to change people's lives to better. And that person told me, like, do you realize that you already did change a lot of people's lives to better with Somnium Space? Mm-hmm. How many new people found new jobs, new friends, new abilities in themselves, ability to be like. And I said, probably you're right. We didn't change lives of 100 million people, but we changed lives of hundreds of people. And it's one person at a time. And if we can change lives to better with Authenticity, we'll do it. If VR1 will bring smiles to people, we'll do it, and we'll keep doing it until it's maybe 100 million. Who knows? But we'll never stop trying. That I can guarantee. I'm not giving up, and I'm doing live demos on stage. Just saying. Is it still raining there?
You tell me, boys.
Whoa! Oh, goodness! Woo!
Yeah, it's really bad. Really bad.
Wow. Okay. We have a sunny evening actually here in Prague. Where you are, Matt?
Rub it in.
Where you are right now? Which city are you in, if you can say?
I am currently in New Hampshire, but typically in Boston.
All right, Boston. I remember Boston. When I was a kid, we traveled to
That's
US
where I'm from. I'm from Boston.
for 1 month. And I've been in Manchester, which is like an hour from Boston or something like that, a smaller city. Yeah, so we stayed there for months. I have really good memories of that city. Like US in 1995 was great.
Manchester, New Hampshire.
I think so.
Were you in? Yeah.
I don't remember even. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's the good place to be.
Yeah, it's a nice small city.
Yeah. Good place in the world, and there's a lot of good places in the world, a lot of good people, and yeah, all you can hope is that you make some impact in some people's lives somewhere in the world.
And by the way, people think that I hate on Mark and I hate him. Like, I don't hate him. I really wish him good, but I don't like when I look at him and he speaks, I just don't trust him for some reason. I don't understand. Like, he gives me weird vibes. Oh my God, no. And by the way, I don't like when he lied in the past, like when they colluded with the governments and gave the information and deleted things and stuff like that, and then privacy scandals. Like, I just don't like that. Like, be open and honest about stuff. He's trying to rebrand himself, by the way, which we'll see what happens. But if he starts doing live demos, I'll be the one who'll be standing and cheering. And by the way, one thing I wanted to applaud them. They did a 180 3D stereoscopic live stream of the event into Horizon Worlds. That is great. That is like, Apple, please, come on. Your videos are incredible. The sports videos are fantastic. You bring me 180 degrees live stream on Wimbledon, I'm paying you $300 for one ticket. Like, literally, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Just bring me that. Do the live streams. This is what we want. So Meta, for doing that, whoever has come up with that idea, the guy who was doing that, cameraman who was doing that stream, tweeted it. I tweeted him and said, man, that's amazing. And he explained me how they did it. And I said, come in, I want to interview you. Like, please, if you're watching, come in. Because I'm really interested. It's great.
Yeah. I want you, Pixel Slaves next episode with him and then Kenny, who did the demo that didn't work.
Oh, Kenny, please, yes.
I want both of them to give their take.
Okay, I'm not sure if
Kenny come on.
But Kenny, you gotta come, man.
Kenny.
We love you, man. We love you. It's okay. Things happen.
Redeem yourself.
You are the hero who was wearing the headset, and you are the one who actually were doing the live demo. I respect you, Kenny. Kenny, you are the boy. You are the man for us. And the guy on the camera, please, both of you will make it happen. I'll be living in their DMs. We need to start Reddit. We need to start a Reddit topic. Who is Kenny? And then we need to find out where is he, and then we'll.
Is Kenny okay? Did he survive?
Exactly. Did anyone see Kenny alive?
Yeah.
Or at least in Meta Horizon Worlds.
Seriously.
We need to see it. Yeah. So thank you guys. Thank you, Matt, for coming again. That's great chat. Thank you, Shoda. Your nickname Meta is more than Apple. I mean, for sure, in Mark Zuckerberg's head, you are right, Shoda. For sure, 100%. So. Yeah, you are being splashed by the rain.
Sounds better.
Is that better?
It sounds better now.
Okay, now it's still really bad. Still really bad. I want to go outside, but my headset's
make sure that VR1 is safe, okay? Because you're one of the 3 people in the world who own VR1 and uses it every day. I'm just saying.
Hey, say
no
that.
Pressure. Like, if I would put the cost per device and have to put the actual cost, how much your device costs right now, which is hanging out there. Like, there will be a lot of more than probably Orion, or I don't know. Like, it will be pretty much out there. That's the same category.
Yeah, it's okay.
So
I thought it was dripping from the roof. Then I was a bit scared.
Oh my goodness! It's not waterproof. Just saying, it's not waterproof.
It's sweatproof.
Anyways, sweatproof, yes. All right, guys. Thank you very much. See you probably in some other next episodes. And we're approaching 1K subscribers. We're already 100 videos on the channel. I don't know how that happened. We started it for fun, and then suddenly, it's the 20th episode of Pixel Slaves. 20 times we're here.
What?
Wow.
No, what the fuck? 20?
I don't know. I mean, it's like my age. Anyway, have a nice evening, day, and whatever, and we'll see you in the next episode of the Pixel Slaves.
Bye-bye. Goodbye.